I think maybe the universe knows that we need to have this conversation. At least we need to start it. Maybe that's why there's all of these unnecessary delays. I don't know. I don't believe in coincidences, so. Kingsley, you know our guest very well. Please, can you reach out to him just in case he has not seen my messages, and just be like, how much more time does he need, so I can tell the 5 people waiting. Oh, he's here. He is here in the flesh, people.
Um,
Finally.
I'm so sorry. It's been a messy few minutes, but
I understand. Hey, okay, Facebook Live, sorry, YouTube Live is new for me as well. So,
yeah,
no, it's
it
okay.
wasn't just the live. Like I think I was talking to you like a few minutes before I joined in live. I had to Google for, and I just realized, oh, there's some kind of post scarcity right now, so I couldn't get. So I had to watch back or stuff like that. So yeah, it's been a crazy
I
couple of minutes.
Yeah,
Can you hear
so
me?
something is happening that is so weird, and I'm trying to find a way. I'm trying to find a way to fix it because I'm hearing myself. I'm hearing this conversation, and it's not cool. So let me see if I can fix it.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Okay. Hi. Hi. Let's see if that's.
Is it better
I hope.
now?
I hope that doesn't happen again. Yes. I think it's better now.
Uh,
Hi. Welcome, Abashi Ubong.
th- Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Oh,
Nice to be here. I'm sorry for joining late.
hey.
Um,
No,
just circumstances beyond my control.
Nigeria. Okay, you're in Nigeria, so I'm happy that you're here, and I just hope we can have a good conversation before Nigerian network starts to do what it does. But really, I'd like to just briefly introduce you to all the 6 people that are here watching and
Hmm.
anticipating to hear all about blockchain and Web3. Um, about who you are. I do not know as much, so I would allow you to tell us a little bit more about who you are and what you do. You are a true hustler, from what I know. So tell us about what you're into
Yeah.
and why blockchain and Web3.
Okay. My name is Abbas, and yeah. Why blockchain though? There's been
First of
this
all, what are
generally.
you into? What do you do? Okay, because
Okay. Okay.
I need
Okay.
I
All
need
right.
young
So let's.
Akwa Ibomites to hear and know that there are so many things you can do apart from just being a PA to PA.
Yeah.
So what do you do?
Of course. Of course. Yes. Okay. So I'm a community manager, a digital marketer, a data analyst. Sometimes I dabble into copywriting. So yeah, that's
According to our people, only you.
only only
Only
me,
you, but
oh,
I'm happy.
only me.
That's
Yeah,
really
so
nice.
yeah,
Okay.
it's been an interesting thing. Yeah, it's been interesting for a while now. So
So why
yeah,
blockchain? Why Web3? Why blockchain?
so I think I was kind of okay prior to like working in this space. I was already trading cryptocurrencies to begin with. So
Okay.
um, I guess that's how it really kind of started. But blockchain has always been like a very fascinating technology that most people don't understand. To begin with, it's basically a system of finance that is very decentralized. That there's no central control of, in comparison to what we currently have right now that is being controlled by some central body or some human somewhere, and the data is being stored in a central database. But the blockchain data is not. It's more like if you're familiar with SaaS products, which are basically like products that are built on online databases. So that's basically blockchain for finance. So it's basically like having your finance out there without somebody being in control of it. Like I think I told somebody today, if you don't know how to use a digital wallet, it's just oh, if you don't trust the digital wallet, it means you don't trust yourself because that is you are in control of
Of
everything.
your,
So you
yes,
say you don't trust it, that means you don't trust
you
yourself
don't
to
trust
begin with.
yourself.
Yeah. So that is blockchain and that's cryptocurrency and that's Web3 to
Okay, I'm
begin
gonna
with.
pause you right there because I'm sure there's some viewers who are like, blockchain, decentralized, cryptocurrency.
Mm-hmm.
These are new words with a lot of people. I was
Yeah.
fortunate enough to have worked um, briefly for a broadcasting corporation that only
Mm-hmm.
broadcasted news on cryptocurrencies. So part of
Yes.
our part of our assignment or just doing our due diligence was learning a lot about the blockchain industry, sorry, blockchain
Mm-hmm.
technology, learning a lot about mining, and all of
Yeah,
that.
cryptocurrency mining,
Yeah,
yeah.
but I wasn't doing any of those things practically, and to be honest, I did not understand most of what I
Mm.
was learning until I had stopped working at that job, and then I started getting into cryptocurrencies, and I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. But from what I know, blockchain is essentially, think of banks, right? You have people, we
Mm-hmm.
have banks, and they are controlled by the government ultimately,
Yes.
which is a centralized. And I'm explaining this to not you, to the people watching that who are in my position. So banks, they are governed essentially by government, right? And and the government is a centralized body, central. That's
Mm-hmm.
pretty much what it means. And blockchain, on the other hand, is saying you don't need all these people, big, government who is controlling your data,
Yes.
who is controlling your money, essentially seeing every transaction you make through the bank. It's being
Mm-hmm.
monitored, my people. And it's not always necessarily bad, but we've also seen a lot of, should I say,
Yeah. Is it distrust in the system to
there's a
begin
lot
with?
of distrust or mistrust or whatever. There's like people essentially have had their money stolen for no reason,
Mm-hmm.
no
Mm-hmm.
explanation from the bank or anybody.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, oh yeah, oops, that happened. With blockchain, I think it's a lot. It's very difficult for that to
Yeah,
happen.
I think
Except,
the simplest way to explain what exactly blockchain is, because people tend to confuse cryptocurrencies, blockchain, and Web3. People tend to confuse those terms, but those are very distinct terms. Cryptocurrency, if you trade cryptocurrency, it doesn't mean that you are a blockchain savvy person. It just means you are a cryptocurrency enthusiast to begin with. So
right.
in the same way we have banks, so let's call blockchain the banks now. And
Hmm.
then you have the naira, you have the dollar. So the various cryptocurrencies that power those banking systems is what we call cryptocurrencies to begin with. But the system in itself is called the blockchain.
But is
And then
cryptocurrency
Web3
not on the blockchain technology? Is
the
that not
cryptocurrency is on the blockchain. Your dollars is on the central system of government. Your
exactly? But
pounds, your naira. So when you hear of
yeah.
Solana, Ethereum, so those are basically the same thing. Nairas,
Hmm.
dollars, cedis,
Mm.
CFAs, and all that. So they are
Right.
basically the same thing, just that they work on different systems to begin with. Then for a blockchain, I think the simplest way, I think I wrote this article like for a brand like 6 months ago, and I think the easiest because the task was basically to explain blockchain in such a way that a child could understand and comprehend what the blockchain is. If you can't explain it to a 5-year-old, then you don't even understand it yourself to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's been the issue with the Web3 space initially, because we use all these big terms and it's hard for people to even comprehend what exactly it is. So for blockchain, I think the simplest way I would put it is the way we are kind of resulted to explain it was like, let's imagine we are a group of 5 friends,
Mm-hmm.
for instance, and we all have toys. Each of us has toys, and we love exchanging those toys with each other. But we
Mm-hmm.
need a way of tracking who is with what toy and who is holding what, whose toy, who owns what,
Mm-hmm.
and who's borrowing what from who. So
Right.
that's when we come up with this digital ledger. So each of us have this book where we write. So I borrow you my toy. I put it
Mm-hmm.
down that I borrowed you my toy, and you write it down that you received it.
Right.
Then you borrow the next person your toy and you write down that you gave it to this person, and this person also writes down that they got it from you. That way you have a digital record of it. I have a digital record of it. All 5 of us have a digital record of it. You can't
Exactly.
just go on your own and change that record because I also have my own record of it. So if you change it, it's not going to match.
It's not going
So
to,
those
yeah.
are the blocks. So, yeah, so those individual ledgers is what is called a block.
The block.
So my ledger is called a block.
Hmm.
Yours is called a block. All 5 of us all have
Guys,
a
it's really
what is
just
called a block.
blocks. Okay. What he just
Yeah,
explained is
so
really
it's
just
just
blocks
blocks.
chained together
Everybody's
called
yeah.
blockchain.
So you cannot just go and edit it yourself because everybody has a copy of it.
Right.
So if you want to edit it, you need to go around everybody's copy to
Which
edit it.
is
And for
impossible.
that to happen, it means that everybody needs to decide that that is what needs to happen to begin with. So it takes away that's where the security part of it comes in because it's
Yeah,
safe because it means that no one person can edit it.
exactly. Whereas with the centralized bodies that we
One
have
person could just
right
sit down
now,
with the press of a button and change
Tinubu
it.
will just say, mm.
We don't want this person to have any more money
Do
again,
you
so let's just take it
understand?
now.
So,
Exactly.
I think this. I'm happy that we've been able to at least break down what blockchain, at least to some extent, that it really is the opposite of the bank. Just think of it like
Mhm.
that, right? It's opposite of any centralized body. And it's not necessarily saying you are against the traditional way of doing things. You
Yes.
will still, because we have to think of adoption, right? We've not had
Yeah, mass
massive
adoption.
adoption for it to
Hmm.
become, oh, I only use cryptocurrencies, I'm not dealing with fiat currency anymore. So but yeah, let's bring it down a little bit to where we are from.
Yeah.
Let's bring it down to Akwa Ibom and how just how businesses, if it's even possible for businesses to
Hmm.
start exploring the Web3 space and to go about their transactions without needing to go through a centralized body. How can, especially when you think of businesses that are in, they're native to Akwa Ibom, they employ Akwa
Yeah.
Ibomites, and to some extent, they're only probably known within the states, right? They're only known
Yeah.
locally. How can these businesses benefit, if any, from blockchain, the blockchain technology, or Web3? As a community manager, I'm sure you will have some
Mhm.
insights on how that can
Okay.
help.
Um. Yeah. The essence why it was created was to solve the unique problems that we have. I think I was having a conversation with somebody online. It was actually a Twitter space, and I was telling him that one of the most useful, um, or do I want to use the word useful? One of the most important aspects of blockchain and cryptocurrencies in general would be in in the area and the aspects of financial inclusion and cross-border payments. For instance, if I want to
Cross
send
border
you
payment, right?
yes,
So
cross-border
essentially
payments,
making transfers. Is
yes,
that right?
essentially making transfers across the border
Mhm.
payments. It means that payments, you know, between countries, it can be Uyo to Lagos. It's not cross-border. You don't cross any border.
Oh, that's not considered
So
cross border. It really
it
has
does
to
not
be
consider
outside your
cross-border.
country.
Cross-border is, you making transfers from here to Cameroon or from here to Ghana, from here to the US, or yeah, and vice versa. So that's basically what cross-border payments it means.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the unique challenges that most businesses face, especially those that have to interact with, deal with cross-border payments, is how to actually make those payments to begin with. For instance, if I want to send you money to purchase, say, a tractor from you in the US right now,
Mm-hmm.
it's just going to be very difficult for that to happen. It might take months because I need to, let's say, okay, it costs like $10,000 to start. I need to go and source for $10,000 and take it to my bank and deposit it in my domiciliary account and then make a transfer with a
Mm-hmm.
lot of charges involved to you. And the exchange rate is just going to be another 90 minutes because the black market rate is different from
The bank
the
rate, the
the bank
centralized
rate. So
rate.
yes, so you need to now there's just a lot involved. Meanwhile, with cryptocurrency, all you need to do right now on this call with me will be to send me your wallet
Mm-hmm.
and I'll transfer the money to you and it's just going to take me 5 minutes. I don't need to leave
Or
my
probably
house.
less.
I,
It might take less, depending
probably
on.
less depending on the network you use. I just get
Yeah.
5 minutes just to give it space.
Right.
Probably less. Some networks take up to 30 seconds or not 30 seconds for the transactions to deliver. But yeah, it's neither here or there. But
Right. So
yeah,
you're
so that
saying
is
no. Okay, continue, please.
yeah, so that is one of the most important aspects of cryptocurrency, solving problems like that
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to cross-border payment. And we might just think of it, why do you want to send money to somebody in the US or do
In
cross-border
Cameroon.
payment?
Yeah.
Yeah, you, as a business person, you never really know where your clients are going to come from,
Mm-hmm.
or where you might need to source raw materials from, or where you might need to buy your goods from. You might need your
Right.
goods from China. And that's when the bank is placing a ban of, oh, you cannot spend more than $10,000 and you need to have $1,000 to send to your client. So what are you going to do? Blockchain is here to solve that kind of problem for you. And when we talk about financial inclusion, there's just a lot of KYC involved with opening a bank account right now.
KYC, is
I
that know
think
your client?
yeah,
know
and know your customer
your
involved. When you go
customers.
to open a bank account with a typical Nigerian bank, they'll ask you for your ID card. They'll ask you, you need to bring your international passport. You need to bring this. You need to
Pretty
bring
much
that. You need
anywhere
to
in
do
the
this
world,
proof
they'll
of
ask
this,
for all
proof
that.
of that,
Yeah.
proof of that. Meanwhile, with um, blockchain, you just need a wallet, and it takes
Mm-hmm.
like a minute to set up a digital wallet for yourself,
Yeah.
and that's a digital bank. So imagine how many people would be able to have access to finance in general if they could have a wallet as opposed to having a bank account.
I have a question because this sounds really this sounds like something that Nigerian businesses maybe need to start looking into and adopting.
Hmm.
Even if you're not using it right now, at least have create a digital wallet, right? Just have it.
Yeah.
But now I have two questions actually. The first one is if as a local business in Akwa Ibom, right? Since you're saying well blockchain and digital wallets, they will really help a lot with cross-border payments. You'll be able to buy
Yeah.
materials from outside Nigeria if you needed to, or to receive payments for your
Hmm.
products. How does that? I'm thinking now, if someone were to be just a local, you source your materials locally, and you pretty much do most of your transactions within the country, because
Yeah.
I am a big proponent of if you are a business, no matter how local you think your business is,
Hmm.
always have plans, at least future plans for expansions, right? You're going to have to
Hmm.
sell to people that are outside your state's locality, maybe even country. So, but how does it help someone who is currently only doing transactions within Nigeria? How does that really come into play if it does? And I had two questions. That's the first one. The second one is do I assume that when you have a digital wallet, you have to transfer money, traditional money into it, and then it converts, or how does that work? So maybe you can clear up those to someone doing business within Nigeria, how they can benefit from the financial
Okay. I
inclusion.
think the best way to answer the first question would be to just cite an example. So I was doing business development for one brand like that, and the girl in charge of, I think they were preparing for, what do you call it, startup fest right here
Mm-hmm.
in Lagos. So the girl that was in charge of the drinks aspect of it, she got a transfer from the organizer of the bank worth about 6.5 million naira to her account to pay the vendor.
Mm-hmm.
And she has a limit of 5 million naira in her account and it's a weekend. So how do you
You
want
have
to
to
place
fight
order
with
to pay this
Nigerian
vendor?
vendors because they will
Yeah,
not
yeah, this
understand.
thing is so how do you explain to this vendor that you can't make like how do you even explain yourself out of that situation?
Just say
It's a weekend,
sorry,
it's a Saturday
Nigeria.
morning, the banks are not open, you have a limit on your account that you didn't even know exists. Because she did not know. If she had known, she would have told them not, I don't put that kind of money in
Right.
my account. I don't have this
Yeah.
limit on my account. But she has a limit on her account. So how is she able to deal with that issue? So that is one of the ways blockchain will help solve that because it doesn't take weekends. There's no weekend in blockchain.
Exactly.
You
That's
can't say because it's Saturday, you cannot do like this, you cannot
you.
do like this. No.
Exactly. You can send money
Yeah,
whenever.
whenever you want. That's one way. Another way is access to stocks. So one thing that happened 2 years ago was the tokenization of a lot of stocks.
Hmm.
So we have like Amazon's tokenize their stocks. So you could buy a crypto version of the Amazon stock.
Right.
Tesla tokenize their stocks. So if you want to get into Tesla, you wanted to invest in Tesla stocks, you
Hmm.
could buy the
The
crypto equivalent
token.
of it.
What is the
Yes, yeah.
crypto
So
equivalent of Tesla stocks? Does it have a special name or is it just the Tesla
yeah,
like
it has
TSL?
a name. It's still called Tesla, but it has its own
Okay.
TLSN. I think that's what it's called.
Oh, okay. So I thought
TLSN.
okay. They've not changed it. So
Yeah,
it's the
it's
same.
available on. Yeah, it's the same thing basically as what they
Okay.
have in the stock market. So the
Okay.
difference is that the stock market closes during
I
the
think at
weekend, but
3, it closes at 3 p.m. every
yeah, they
day.
close
And
at
then
3
on
on
the
the regular,
weekend,
but they don't even open on the weekends at
they
all.
don't open or
So
holidays.
let's say you want to sell off your stocks this quickly and you need the
Hmm.
money urgently over the weekend. What's the best way for you to go?
Wait.
Cryptocurrency. So there's a lot of
Yeah, no cryptocurrency.
advantages
Yeah.
out there when it comes to even local businesses that just deal with Nigeria alone. And
Yeah.
to the second question, I'm sorry, can you remind me of the second question?
Yes, the second question is how do people go from, say I just created a digital wallet today for my business, and I want to make transfers, or I don't know, can I just use that to receive payment, or is that also something I need to transfer my naira in? Like, how does it convert into? Are these
Okay.
things set up within? Because I'm sure someone will be wondering after I set up my
Yeah,
digital
as
wallets, what next?
last 4 years, you could make a direct transfer from with your bank card and just get cryptocurrency. But when the government banned that system, a lot of people resorted to P2P systems. So P2P system basically mean I have crypto, you have Naira, you want crypto, I want Naira. So we do it. That's why P2P, person to person.
Mm-hmm.
So it's two individuals dealing with each other. But the issue with that system was that I could make a transfer of Naira to you and you block me or not respond to my calls anymore. So what am I supposed to do with that? Yeah. So it
Wow.
wasn't an effective system. So most exchanges now started implementing a centralized P2P system into their centralized exchanges to begin with. So a lot of Nigerians started making use of that. But as of last year, the government, no, it wasn't last year, but earlier this year, the government banned the P2P system in some of these
We
exchanges that
cannot
we have.
breathe in that country.
Yeah, like, but people
Wow.
still found a way. There are a lot of products out there
Uh-huh.
that help with off ramping. And another thing is, if you've ever like had to work with a foreign brand or do a gig for a foreign brand before, you would know how difficult it is to get payments from foreigners. Because most of them are very familiar with they have PayPal, they have Stripe,
And PayPal is
and
not allowed
those
in
things,
Nigeria.
yeah,
And
those they
Stripe is
don't
not
even
allowed
work
as
in
well.
Nigeria. Yeah,
Yeah.
both of them don't work in Nigeria. So what do you do in that scenario? Most of
Cryptocurrency.
when you just you have to transfer it to my bank account. Most people don't want to deal with that nightmare of Nigerian banking system. So
Hmm.
there's been a lot of products out there. I think Actual is actually one of them. So what happens is that
Which
as
one?
a Nigerian, I have to set up Actual.
Actual.
I wish
Okay.
that, yes, I wish there was actually a way I could share um I could share the link here. So what Actual basically does
You
is
can
that
share
it
the link
helps
with
you.
me after, and I'll just drop it in the
Yes,
description.
I would do
Okay.
that. So basically, what Actual does is it helps you off ramp and on ramp um, between currencies and cryptocurrency. So I'll
Mm,
just cite an example. For instance, you want to send me $100
mm,
right now, and I don't want the $100 in my Nigerian bank account because it's going to take a while. I need that money
right.
instantaneously. So with an actual bank account now, you could just make a direct transfer to actual, and actual converts that into cryptocurrency
Mm-hmm.
or naira. Either way, I want it. Like it depends on my setting. If I want the money in crypto, I want the money in naira. It
Mm-hmm.
actually helps up ramp it directly to my naira account or directly to my crypto wallet without me having to do anything. And it basically takes like 2 minutes to do. The only delay in
And
that
it's
system,
called actual, and the government has
yeah, it's
no
called
idea
actual.
about
There are a
this
lot of
one.
products like that. There's another one they call Tri-Key. I think it's called Tri-Key. There's a lot of products out there
I
now
will
that
need
are
you to give
building.
me at least five options, right? So that
Yeah, okay. I think
anyone
that's
can,
exactly what I'll do. I'll just share the
yeah,
link to 5 different brands like that.
yeah,
You could check out what they're building. The only delay you will discover in that entire system is actually the delay in the banking system. This is the problem with the centralized problem. The crypto side never has a problem. The the tech part doesn't have a problem. The problem always comes
is
from
the
the banking
traditional
side of it.
banks.
Because I think last week or somebody was we were trying to test run one of the systems. It's
Mm.
actually very new brand. They are just building the SaaS products to do off ramping. And he made a transfer to what's the name of that bank? That's kind of forgotten. It's an American bank. So he made a transfer out of it, and it took 2 days to arrive in the actual bank account. So here we were thinking, okay, what could have gone wrong with the tech? Is something wrong then? Bug somewhere? Why this
Mm-hmm.
delay? Until we realized that okay, it wasn't even from here; it's from the bank that it was delaying the
Right.
payment.
Yeah. They
So
have all
it's
these
just both.
things they have to check, and it's almost like banks are always looking for the
I mean, it's just
tiniest
a hundred
ways to
dollars. It should
control.
not take
It
this
doesn't
90 minutes.
matter to them. They're always looking for
It's
ways to
ridiculous.
control and monitor and fees, because that's another thing with, I think with cryptocurrencies, the fees are so minimal that even with really large
No,
transfers.
funny enough, the cryptocurrency payments are cheaper than compared to the bank rate.
I know the fees are
Yeah,
almost not there, almost like,
if you make a transfer from the US through PayPal to the UK, for instance, they charge you a 4.5% fee
oh, I know, I've been
for
making
that
the
transfer.
transfer, so I
Yeah,
know.
so for a
It's
$100 now,
annoying.
you're looking at what? You're looking at what? $5. Yeah. For $1,000,
Yeah,
you're looking at what? 50,
exactly.
$45
That's
or so.
$50 that could have
Meanwhile,
fed me for a month.
yeah.
No,
Meanwhile, if
seriously.
you do that through, say, Solana network, it basically costs you less than $1.
Mm-hmm.
If you do it through, I think the most expensive one is Ethereum, and Ethereum will only cost you $23. So it's still cheaper
Yeah,
than the traditional system.
yeah.
So there's just a lot of advantage with when it comes to making use of blockchain and cryptocurrencies, especially when it comes to financial inclusion and
Inclusion.
payments. There's a lot of there's a lot
Yeah.
out there.
Okay. Well, because I want people to be able to ask questions. Guys, please share,
All right.
share, share, share this live on Facebook. The reason I'm saying Facebook is because we've recently, I think myself included, have discovered that I am a Twitter person. So I've recently discovered that Nigerians, Akwa Ibomites, are on Facebook, and I need them to be able to join this live. So please share the link on your Facebook and your WhatsApp groups, and have people join and ask questions, as we're about to go into the question and answer session in a minute. But for now, I want to ask this last one regarding,
Yeah.
so let's say I'm a local business in Akwa Ibom and I've set up my digital wallet and I sell, I don't know, shoes. Okay. I sell shoes,
Mhm.
and you want to buy shoes from me from Lagos, and I am based in Rio. Okay. And I have a digital wallet. How does that look like for you as a client, to you know make a purchase and to confirm that I've actually received that money? And how does that look like if that sort
Yeah,
of,
that's the good thing about blockchains. You can't lie about it. This information, like I explained originally when I was defining what blockchains are, You cannot lie about this.
You can't say I've not received it though.
You cannot say
Send
I've
it.
not received it. That transaction can be traced to your wallet.
Yeah.
I might not have access to your wallet, but I know your wallet received that
Mm-hmm.
amount of money. So you can't lie. You can't say, I did not get the bank alert. It doesn't work like that.
There's evidence.
There's
Okay.
evidence that you got it.
Okay.
There's evidence. And the evidence, I don't need to go to the bank to start printing my bank statement, or you go to your own to start. I can access that evidence right from my phone or from my
Mm-hmm.
laptop and see where that money actually went to and what time it was delivered to your wallet.
Wow.
So you can't, when they say it's secure, that is one of the securities they're talking about. Everybody can check. I can check if you have a wallet now and you if I and I have that wallet ID.
Mm-hmm.
I can check every single transaction that you have ever made in that wallet.
Clarify something because I know some people might be saying, "Oh well, if it's so secure, why is someone else having access to my wallet?" That
No, I don't have
there is
access to your wallet. I
not
don't have
wallet.
access
Sorry,
to your wallet.
can you explain that there is a private sort of wallet or key, and then there's a public key? The one that can you explain that because I think that will
So
help us
you know the way
maybe.
you have your bank account, you have your account
Hmm.
number,
Right.
which is you can even give it to anybody to make a transfer to you.
Hmm.
With if I have your bank account number, I can't access your bank account.
True. That's true.
So your wallet ID is the
Hmm.
same thing as your bank
Wallet
account
ID.
number.
Okay, not key. Wallet ID.
Yes. Then you now have your wallet key. Yes, so your wallet private key now is like when you have a banking app and you have a login code. You know
Hmm.
very well if you share that login code with anybody, they can have access to your wallet. So
True.
that is your password, it's basically like your password. So that's like
Hmm.
something you keep private. But your wallet ID and stuff, even if you give it to 10 people, they cannot
They
access
cannot
your
access it.
wallet
What
without
happens
a
when you
private
forget
key.
your password? Because I've heard that that might be an issue sometimes if
Yeah,
like you
yeah, that's where the
misplace.
nightmare comes in with blockchain because you are the one. The reason why banks can recover your password for you
It's
is
because they
because it's
have
stored
access.
in a central database. But
Yes.
with the blockchain, if you misplace your phone, for instance, and lose your wallet, but you have your private key saved up, say in your Gmail or you wrote it
Hmm.
down somewhere, you can recover your wallet. You just need to buy a new phone and download the
Oh,
wallet and put in
okay.
your private key. It recovers your. But if you misplace your private key and then you misplace your wallet, I'm sorry, that money is gone. It's not like it's gone. It's still there in the blockchain until whichever year you're able to get back the private key.
I'm still pissed because I I have $21 somewhere floating in the air. I I have $21 somewhere, and every night, well, not every night, I'm exaggerating, but I literally sometimes wonder what has happened to that money, especially because I got this blockchain, or sorry, this cryptocurrency when it was still in its baby stage, and I'm like,
Mhm.
maybe I have thousands somewhere sitting. I don't have access to my private
Like you
key
don't know
anymore.
about.
Oh
Yeah,
my
so
gosh.
everybody
So
needs to be very
that's
careful
a,
with their private
yeah,
key. It's very, very important. You need to guard it with your life, like your life depends on it.
that's
Because it might.
crazy.
But that's a good thing because even in the blockchain space, we have centralized system and we have decentralized. So you hear
Okay.
people talk about DeFi and we hear people talk about CeFi. So
Yes.
CeFi are basically doing the job of a traditional bank, what is the blockchain space
Okay.
for you. Say
And
for
they're still
instance,
depending on the blockchain industry, right?
yes, they
Sorry,
still make use of blockchain
technology.
technology,
Okay.
yes, but as opposed to the traditional system,
Hmm.
your money is still on the blockchain, number one. It can still be traced, even though it's on a centralized exchange.
Hmm.
But the good thing about making use of decentralized exchange, especially for people that are new in the blockchain space, is that if you misplace your wallet, like I have a Binance account and I misplace my Binance account, for instance,
Hmm.
I can go and recover it.
Who do you
The
reach out
Binance
to?
can help me recover
Who
it.
do you reach out to?
They,
Where's the
they have like
centralized
a
money?
customer care, they have
Oh,
like a
okay.
help center right there that you can message. They'll ask you a few questions though.
Hmm.
Like, okay, and what's your last name? Just
Yeah.
KYC to check that it's actually you trying to recover
Right.
that password. And once everything sells through, they are able to recover it. But for DeFi now, once it's gone, it's gone. That's why it's called DeFi.
Right.
Decentralized. DeFi stands for
I think
decentralized
that's why my
finance. It's a
$21 is on. It's on
yeah, so
DeFi.
you have like Trust Wallet, you have
Yeah.
your Trust Wallet, you have your MetaMask wallet. So all those wallets are basically DeFi. And then you have different DeFi protocols like your Pancake Swap, your Radium Swap for Solana, and Uniswap for Ethereum. But I think that's a conversation for another day.
Yes, no, we have to have you back because I think, well, first of all, we've lost some time in the beginning, but it's okay.
Yeah,
I'm not putting that blame on you, so you don't have to apologize. I'm just saying that I know we will have to have you back because I think there is a
yeah.
lot we can unravel with this topic. And
Hmm.
I want us to have this conversation um so often that Akwa Ibom businesses understand that there are so many other ways, or at least there is another way that you can go about doing business, getting your payments, and doing business without having to, rely on the central bank or the
Hmm.
central
And there's a lot
traditional
of
system.
opportunities too. It's not just about businesses making use of the blockchain system. It's about creating a business around the blockchain system
Let's
itself.
talk
There
about
are a lot
that.
of
How do you do
B2B.
that? How do you build a
There's a
business?
lot you can do with the blockchain space. You don't need to limit yourself to the traditional system. There's a lot you can do.
Hmm.
You can work in the space. You can become a crypto merchant, a P2P merchant, for instance. The
Hmm.
P2P merchants are raking as much as 30 to 100K daily, depending on how much volume of transaction they have to
We need
make
to talk
daily.
after this live. We
So
need
there's a
to.
lot of opportunity
Wow.
available in the space that I feel like a lot of us could actually key into more.
Hmm.
So it's not just about using it to make payments. No, it's about
Hmm.
the opportunities that are available there for every single one of us.
So when you say those opportunities, you mean basically Web3.
Yes, there's a lot of opportunity in Web3. And Web3 covers blockchain, it covers cryptocurrency, it
I'm still
covers
in Web 2.
everything.
I'm still in Web 2. Okay, I'm still trying to
There's
understand Web
opportunity for
2.
you in Web3. There's
I
opportunity for you in
know.
Web3.
So it's so cool that we're already talking on Web 3 when many of us are still in Web 2, and I think it's exciting what the future.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very exciting too. It's something that's very exciting to me, and I feel like maybe the next call we have, we could go
Yes,
deeper into how technology can actually benefit us as a people.
absolutely. Oh, you have been amazing. So let's give it's just me, but I'll give you a round of applause for
Yeah,
coming
I'll give
on.
myself a round of applause too.
Yes, please. I think you've done a great job at just breaking down. For me, though, you have done that, just breaking down on touching on the key things that businesses or even just individuals are experiencing with the traditional way of dealing with finances, right? The bank,
Yes.
it's pretty much what we're talking about, which is the traditional way, and the blockchain technology and cryptocurrencies and Web 3 is pretty much trying to take us away from that system of no trust, because you're always like, who is watching, who is touching my money, who is doing this and that. So, and again, dealing with limits, right, with transfers and limiting
Mm-hmm.
how much business you can make or your business can potentially go into simply because of those limits, not being able to make transfers over the weekend or even after hours. If you have any problems, there are so many things that the blockchain technology, and I believe cryptocurrency and um, other currencies, whatever, other cryptocurrencies, not just Bitcoin, is helping to solve. So Ethereum, like
Mm-hmm.
you mentioned, and there's Litecoin and Dogecoin, all kinds
Yes.
of different coins. So when we're saying cryptocurrency, it's not just Bitcoin, because I think people just sort of default to Bitcoin because it was the first and it has the most adoption. So thank you very much. I would like to open up the chat now for questions, comments. Guys, please let's hear it. Let me know that you are actually listening and that you're learning from all the things that we're talking about. If you have any specific questions, or if you're in business and you're wondering how this can help your business, this would be a great time to ask. Even just how you can join. I would also like for you to send me the link to your community if it's open for other people to join.
Yeah, I would do that.
Okay, that way people can join and continue to learn and be in that space. Because I truly believe if sometimes you need to submerge yourself to be able
Mm-hmm.
to get what exactly is going on in Web3. So yes, I will give some of our viewers time to ask questions. But while we're waiting for the questions to come in, if there are no questions, we will end pretty soon. But for now, let's just give them 5 minutes to ask questions.
All
And
right.
I want to talk a little bit about you being from Akwa Ibom. Where in Akwa Ibom are you from?
I'm from Ekate, actually.
Ah, Ayeneke. How did I say it? How did I?
Ajuekan. I think that's the
Ajue,
appropriate way to say it.
Ajueke.
Ajuekan, exactly.
That accent mesmerizes me. You see the Eked accent, the Oron, and I think it, these people who say Azwolovi, like that, where are they from?
That's
Is,
Oro clan people.
is it
Oron.
Itu? How about Itumbuzo? I
That's
think
Oron.
that's also
They
Oron.
oh yeah, they all fall under the same.
I do not understand. When they
Yeah.
start speaking, I'm just like, huh? About
I'm always like that too. If
the
you don't listen carefully, you might not understand anything they're saying.
You don't understand. Well, I'm from Ibiana, so we only speak
Ah,
Ibibio.
you need your name.
we only speak we only speak Ibibio. We don't even try to no. It's just
You cannot be bothered with other dialects.
it's crazy because I think the majority in Akwa Ibom might be I don't know. What is the majority? Is
I
it
think it's the
Ibi?
videos or
It
the
might be
announce. I think
it
it's
might
either
be
the videos
Ibibio.
or the
I'm
announce.
gonna find the Anans. If there's anybody here, I think Kingsley is an Anan boy. He's going to fight us.
I doubt it. If we are the original now,
I think Kingsley might be from Iconic Better. He's
it looks like Ikotekon, Gospel Aquarius people.
I was about don't put him in that same category. He said no, don't
Oh
put
my
me.
God.
Oh my goodness. So we don't have any questions, but honestly, I've really enjoyed our conversation and I can't wait to have
Mhm.
you back. I really can't wait.
Yeah,
Um,
I really have to apologize. Today was just a mess, but I will be better prepared next time,
I know,
and
it's okay.
we can go deeper into this conversation.
Yes, I would appreciate that because I think, like you said, there is a lot more than just.
Yeah, there's a lot to learn. There's a
Can
lot
you
to
give us
know.
a
There's a
bit,
lot to
like,
do.
just give us like just a hint on the other parts so people can at least start getting excited about that conversation?
Okay. I think one of the papers I actually wrote last year was on the potential of Web 3.0 technology in overcoming cross-border payments and financial inclusion in the African market. I will actually share that with you right after this call,
Please.
and we could just talk about different aspects of that particular research.
Yes.
Um, yeah, it was very enlightening because most people don't even know these words. Nigeria ranks number one when it comes to cryptocurrency usage in the entire world, not just on the continent. Most
No.
people don't even realize that. I kid you not, there are more
Nigerians?
Nigerians in Web3 than there are Americans in Web3.
Wow.
That's
Nigeria
crazy.
they
That to
carry
show you
last.
the
Are you
potential.
serious?
And guess what?
What?
To make it worse, that number spiked by 1,300% after the government put a ban on cryptocurrency. After, not before. After.
So
It just goes
basically,
to
they
show
helped
you.
to create more
Yes, it
awareness
just goes
as they
to
keep
because
banning.
exactly. So those are like some of the things. I think that was in 2020. It spiked by if I'm not mistaken, I think it spiked by 1,200%. That number went up
Wow.
by 1,200%. So Nigeria went from number five worldwide to number one worldwide overnight.
Wow. You know
So there's
that
massive adoption going on in the country, not just in the
I
continent,
think
but
I
the
might have a
country.
reason. I might have a clue as to why that is. Because right now, the majority of the citizens in Nigeria, the majority of our population are about, I think they may be 19 and younger or below
Hmm.
40, below 40 years. So there are there's literally a lot more young people in Nigeria and in Africa. And I think from next year or whenever the statistics, I think next year or in the next 5 years, the population of youths in Africa will probably be the same as half of the world. So there is a lot of potential, especially with young people and us seeing how the older folks have rubbished this, traditional system, and they
Mm.
agreed to control and to regulate things that has nothing to do with them. So I truly believe that the future, and I'm excited to hear that Nigerians are the highest. I mean, duh, of course, Nigerians do not play around.
Yeah, so it's
That's
I feel
awesome.
like it came from the general distrust young people, young Nigerians have in the system. I mean, I
Yes.
don't trust the system, so I don't
I
expect
don't
another person
I
to
don't
do.
either.
So a lot more young people resorted to, storing their savings and the depreciating naira wasn't really helping matters because if I
Mm-hmm.
want to save my money, the best way and easiest way for me to save it is to keep it in dollars. And
Right.
there's a cryptocurrency dollar that is pegged to the dollar. So I could, instead of stressing myself to
Yes.
look for one malam to buy the physical dollar and be holding it, I could just
Mm-hmm.
buy the crypto
Mm-hmm.
version of it and save my
Yeah.
money there. And that way I'm able to hedge against inflation.
Absolutely. That's brilliant because you just brought up, not trusting the system. I do not trust the centralized financial system of Nigeria or
Mhm.
frankly anywhere in the world. But especially in Nigeria because they have control over, I believe, even the black market because they
Mhm.
I think they still have a lot of control over that. So in one way they will destroy our naira just so you can go back and still buy from them. So don't think because you're
Exactly.
buying from the black market, you're actually no, you're still in that mix. And it's crazy how much, should I say, financial liberation that the blockchain technology can bring a lot of Nigerians, and that's good
Sure.
news for me.
That's yeah.
Well, let me know if
So
you have
those
any
are like some of the
questions.
different aspects
Okay,
we could
cool.
possibly do.
Awesome. I think we will talk about these things, especially your research. I'd like to read that and we'll maybe dissect and go deeper into that research. I am I am a research person. I love doing research and learning more. So I will absolutely enjoy reading your paper on that. So thank you so much, Abbas, for
You're
joining
welcome.
us. You've been
You're welcome.
amazing.
Thank you for having me. And apologies for the
No,
delay as well.
no, don't apologize anymore. You made up for it. You answered all of my pesky questions that I hope that some of our viewers had. And if you have any questions that we did not get to, answer right now, you can always find me on Twitter and you can ask the question and I'll just make sure he responds to it. Or I'll also link his Twitter handle in the description. I'll link all of these things we've talked about, the different wallets or the different systems you can use to make transfers as a business and
Hmm.
setting up your digital wallet in Nigeria. I'll link all of that
Yeah.
in the description. Maybe give me about 30 minutes after this live ends, and then I'll be able to link all of that. So, but thank you so
All right.
much, Abbas.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day
All right. You
and
too.
a good week ahead.
All right. Thanks, guys. Talk to you guys
Thank
later.
you. All right. So, everyone, we are done and bye. Oh, yeah, my guest has left. So, I'll just say final bye to all my loyal viewers. Thank you so much for hanging with us. I was so nervous talking about this, and especially when our guest was unable to join us at first. But I'm really happy he finally did, and he cleared up, answered all of my questions. And I hope you have questions for next time. So, let's keep talking about how Akwa Ibom businesses can benefit from just moving away from the ways that banks are completely making making life almost unbearable and difficult. Like imagine when they started having the elections and then all of a sudden they decided to bring out new currencies. Who does that? You remember how many businesses suffered in that period? You remember how many people suffered in that period? And I truly believe if we had more adoption of cryptocurrencies, that the banks would not have had any, you know, they would not have had a lot of sway. People would have just said, "Oh, okay, you should do whatever you want. This doesn't concern us." Um, but yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in my next live. So the next one will be next week Sunday. So make sure to tune in and watch out for the topic. We'll be this. We'll continue discussing how to invest in Akwa Ibom, and it will be an amazing guest that will join us, and we'll have great discussion as usual. I am your host or hostess or whatever, Heidi, and I'll see you in my next live. Bye.